it's ready here. All right. So today we are plagued with bugs, and we're going to be dealing with bugs all day. It's going to be fun, at least for tonight. So we have a new bug, which is not shown in the oh wait. Okay, hopefully we haven't rubber ducked ourselves already. Yeah, because it's not the name of the AI, it's the NPC name. Let's see what NPC is causing that issue. I'm thinking it's the pilot inside the AI ship. Anyway, well, let's get the chat and things up and running here. What if I decrease the DPI scaling on this 1080p screen? I'm just bringing up the YouTube chat here for a second. There we go. So this NPC is called NPC. Wonderful. Yeah, so. Yeah, started can be enabled. It can be it can have an export. I don't know why this animation tree is exposed. We're getting it from the model. Bugs, hey Fixus. Lots of bugs. Bugs that are only happening in the build, which is very annoying because I'm at a stage now where mining is working. We can mine ore, we can sell ore. Haven't fixed the engine bug we found last stream. But like, we're at a stage now where, hey, you know, we can do some mining, right? There's a UI we need to make for the accessories. Or for the modules, it'd be like a ship modules UI. And then we have to do a new 3D radar, a better 3D radar. We've been wanting to do a 3D radar for a while, we haven't really needed it. If you have a ship targeted, it tells you the direction to that ship, but in the case of detecting asteroids, we need a new radar. So that was what I wanted to do this weekend and get working, but anyway, we're running into some issues. Are the pool tables working? They're not, actually. I wish I could make that a priority, but it is ultimately a little bit of a squirrel, you know? Because I was realizing all the NPCs were being created correctly. There's some weird bug in the... Right, like I need to like earlier define the station and check and see if it's null and vice versa. Forget mining, just do sports betting in game. Yeah, that could be something we could do. But we need something to be flyable. We need, like, you know, NPCs to build a race. You know what I mean? Like a horse race or something. We could build a big coliseum, you know, and do like buggy racing in it. But I don't know how viable that would be. But we have a few new Patreons this week, and I really wanted to highlight them. Be able to, you know, give them a build they can actually try that'll be a little bit, you know, enjoyable for them. But what's happening? You'll see the errors here in a moment. I remember a mission from Freelancer that was like that, tournament race or something. So when I run the game in the main build, see what's happening? Getting no refs for logic. And none of my equipment works. Right? And there's literally no reason. It's not, you know, like no configuration, no name. So this is what's happening. We have no equipment slots. And but it only happens in the build. Even if I run it directly from VS Code, zero issues. Zero issues with this, zero issues with multiplayer. So watch. Exact same scene from VS Code. So I'm slowly, right, so we'll do this scene. So I'm just building it, launching it right from VS Code here. So we can see the errors down here. VS Code works fine. But using the same Godot version. Same export template for the build. Let's confirm that. That's a good one. That's actually a really good one. So we are 4.4.1 double. And for the yeah, so like, you know, this is all fine, and let's confirm on our exports. Yep, they're absolutely fine. Like, nothing changed. I mean, this was working before, right? So those are our release templates and whatever, 4.41, 4.41. Nothing changed. We do code signing. This is all. So I'm not sure, we're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be something stupid, because like, look, so much of this build is working. Right, like this is what I added, right? Like we have our new mining lasers. We can now go mining. I'll actually go mining here. We added a new 3D audio system, and that audio system works. We have weapon groups now, so weapon groups are in. And like all we're supposed to be able to do, or all I want my like Patreon members to be able to do, is just head over here into the big old asteroid field, find our little pill versions, start applying heat. And start scooping them up. Right? So we now have mining. Right, you can see I'm gathering it all fine. It's all working. We are filling up the ore tanks. Let me crack another one real quick. Right, so our little space vacuum is working perfectly. Alright, so we have music now, we got some ore, we're gonna go bring the ore back to the station. Alright, so gas mining is this volume here. Over here we have our main station. Alright, so now gravity is still kind of broken. I'm going to fix that in a bit here. I'm just going to turn this around. You know, so gravity is going to be a bit weird, but I'll just fix it by just entering and exiting. It's like not registering us to the station. But as you can see, we have, right, 144 ore, and I sold it all, and I just made money. And if I check the money, right, there's the 288 credits from selling the ore. Gameplay loop, right, done. Gameplay loop, done. Same thing with the gas mining ship. Right, the plan is get this stable for both the ore and the gas. We can figure out, like, we can start figuring out our plan to bring in the economic units into the game and the economy manager. And then we can start doing missions, right? Like from NPCs to go get certain gases and certain ores. We can put the work in to craft the different asteroids in Blender and set up a pre-fracturing system for them, right? But this is very annoying because it works. It works perfect. Right here in the editor, I can play both gameplay loops. I can go through. Right, like I know we gotta fix the gravity. The whole gravity thing is because this hanger isn't actually. See, it's actually working fine now. The hanger is just not in the gravity volume correctly. See, like there's like a weird spot here. It's like too low. See, like here's the gravity volume area, and it needs to be extended down a little bit. So the gravity's working, but the ship's not really in the station yet. Whatever, it's a simple bug. Right? So like this is all working. But why not in the build? You know, like we're at the stage now where we have gameplay, and we can test that gameplay. But we need to let me just fix this station gravity volume here. Really, you want to have like multiple shapes. Anyway, so yeah, any ideas? You know, this is definitely going to be a rubber duck thing. What do you think, Mungalo? What would cause an issue to only exist in a build, but not in the editor or not in the manual? So I finished mining, and I finished gas mining. I finished the 2 monthly sprints that I wanted to have. And then I did a build for the guys to test, right? So a uniform, wanted to test build so we can go and try it out. When I play the game in the editor, we don't get any errors. Right? We're good. We can just, there's no errors, 0 errors, 175 notifications of systems that are working. And it all seems, other than this thing. Right, so anyway, it works. Do the build. In the build, right, we go into the test universe, and none of the NPCs are actually finding their station, and their logic tick is not working. I don't actually have a male or female prefab. None of my gear works. Right? So like the NPC, like logic ticks are messing up because they don't have their references. My own equipment is messing up because I don't have my references to things. Very weird. And, if I hit play and just go through that same process, right? Same process, test universe. Works. Yeah, and that's not the case. It's a pure null ref. Right? Now, I noticed, and I don't know if you're dealing with this as well, to get rid of all these script errors, to get rid of all these random script errors we would see often, I had to not have defaults. So when you make like an array and you export the array, if you do like new by default, you'll get that script error. Like the script is no longer, or whatever those stupid things that Godot. I fixed all those by removing the defaults on the export and then setting them on ready to be like a null, to be empty instead of null, right? But I wonder on the build if that, there's some weird, maybe on enter tree they need to set to be null or instead of ready or whatever. Maybe temporary set export resources, export to all resources, force Godot to include everything. On the Windows build, that might be, let's see, I think it is for the actual client build for export. So for the Windows runnable resources, it is all resources. Yeah. Yep. So that, right, like all this is pretty normal, nothing too crazy. Yeah, nothing else to do but change the engine. Yeah, exactly. Boom. Especially after the engine bug last week. I don't think like all of this is fine. This has not been changed, right? This export template, even on GitHub, like we can check and see if I changed any of that. I haven't, you know, like it's fine. They seem to just be, you know, based on the NPCs. It's the NPCs not having their waypoints from the station. And I literally tested them to make sure like it's being found. Right, the only thing I can think of is it's the execution order of the star system manager. Like when the stations come alive, their manager spawns in all of their NPCs. Let me move this over, actually. Right, they have all of these waypoints. Like the station manager has everything set up to spawn in the NPCs. They're predefined resources. They have like what, you know, they have what they need, you know, really. And anything that the NPCs are not using right now, like any of the posts, like they only deal with waypoints right now. Then it's set. So we know that like this station, Alpha, right, has a manager, and it's already pre-added. So there's no like weird trying to get it. Change priority of star system mode. So we want to go lower, right, for star system. So we would do. Oh, I don't remember how to do this now. Is it just process? Let me Google that real quick. Let me grok it. Go C# change by. I know you can do it in code. On ready. Yeah, maybe pre-do it on the inspector. That's probably better. Now, is lower more? So the order notification nodes with nodes whose process value is lower call their process callbacks first. Now, this is only for process though, not necessarily based upon like, you know, like I think this is only for physics process and process, and I'm not doing any of that on it. So it's like the order of the ready and the I mean, so lower will be -10. Right, the issue is that like the station manager, which needs to happen much later. This doesn't matter anyway, because like the manager wakes up, it gets its station as a parent. No, it's not out of load. It's just its own thing here. Yep, it is its own thing. Just keeps the references to all the things in the star system. It has the ability to recursively look for them and build them up. That's all it does. It's just so like if I want to manually change a star system and I want to exclude a planet or exclude a star system or a station for testing purposes, I just go in here and change those exports, right? Or I can have it just find, you know, right? But from the very beginning, with our even with our player, right? Our player loads in, and our player, right, when we're setting up our slots on ready, is failing. It's saying the player itself isn't ready. Hey, B-Bracket, how's it going? Anything marked as tool and runs in the editor side, so it breaks it in build. Oh, there could be some things marked as tool. Anything marked as tool and runs in the editor side. Why doesn't the EXE's last updated time? I'm just chilling, working on a new movement system. What's good with you? How's the project going? We're running into a weird issue that's only happening on export. Now, none of these things are marked as a tool, but I do have things in the project that are marked as tool. Or not high. Some of the resources are tools because I want to have a button. So this is worrying because I actually changed a lot of these base resources so I could like auto generate. I can make a callable button, you know, like an export button to generate a GUID. But what you're saying though, anything marked as tool and runs in the editor side so it breaks and build. Those attributes should be fine. Okay. I mean, everything's running great in the editor, so we know, right? And like for the ship equipment, like let's see. So when we're running the build, like the first thing it's like, hey, this player in this test scene is messed up, right? We're a player. Right, nothing changed in this player, right? The player has equipment. Equipment has slots. Right, we didn't unselect anything. We didn't change anything with the IK. Gotcha. Yeah, like there's nothing here that I'm seeing. Right, these guys are player interactors. No, wait, these are now empty by default, and I'm setting them on ready. And I mean, I could set them a little bit earlier on intertree, but I mean, it's already in the tree, so I mean, ready is where they would be, right? Right, I could earlier in like reset these, but I don't know. But in the build, is there anything else that you can run? And there's everything else is fine except for the player's equipment and the even animations. Like most things in the build are working. It's just player equipment it's not working, and the NPCs are not working. Spawning them, you know, and when they spawn, they have a parent, which is the, you know, they should be being spawned into the right order. I'm just gonna confirm. Alright, so everything we know is working here. Are the NPCs correctly being parented? Yep. Alright, so a NPC's parent is definitely the station. Station has manager, zones, and all. It's got a navigation point. Alright, so there's nothing weird that would stop them from being run. And there's nothing weird about the player. Right, it's got all of its stuff that it needs. Gravity area is removed. Right, it's got its player asset resource here. See, this resource determines, you know, what the male and female prefab is. It's not a tool script or anything though. It's just literally, here's the male, here's the female. You know, spawns it in. Same with these equipment resources. These are all like very simple, you know, references for defaults. And they seem fine. Right, we're still getting some script classes can only be set together, so there's still some more defaults. You know, where something is being set with default value when I export. We run console. Right, all of this is fine. But I notice even from the get-go, right? What's weird. Right, we immediately, before we even attempted to load in the player equipment, so like the player equipment was loaded. Right, we set the player node, but even before, like when the player, all this ship components, it's like everything worked, all the default ships worked. Right. Player equipment setup slots, no reference failed. So player equipment. Right, setup slots. We're checking to see if the parent is a player, which they would be, you know, because it's the player equipment. The player equipment is a child. Right? If the player doesn't have a model, we return. And we're iterating over these slots. These slots should already be defined in the export template. They don't have a default. They should exist. And in our case, for that default player, right, these are the default slots. It's editable just so we can confirm. Right, and here's the player equipment. Right, these are the resource references for all the things that are in the equipment, and these have always worked. Right, all their details, like what are the items, a rifle. Here's the texture, the icon for the UI, the different versions of the scene for the, you know. But now when we do the build. Right, it's like just giving us a weird. like, let's invert this to early return. Right, so we're not a player, we're returning. If we're not a model, we're returning. Right, we should have a player model, unless we don't. Locally. Now, it could be that there isn't a default model. Right? Like, at the time. The idea is that the gender changes, right? And it swaps the model out. But the model would never not be null. It would always be something, right? That's what we're doing here, right? Player, model, boom. So if we're a player, we're good. If we're a model, then we're going through the slots. It's this slots, right? Like, this should never be null. And I think they're being null. We can check and, you know, if slots, right? No equipment slots are defined. We'll just return. Because it could be the game manager, you know, like not setting up this player correctly. It seems like an execution, like there's like a race condition of sorts on the build. Right now we're saying, okay, so no equipment. Yeah, so look, now we're saying there's no equipment slots. Right? Like there's no equipment slots on the on that player. And because there's no equipment slots on the player, the actual equipment UI, but there's no reason for there to be no equipment slots. No body mesh defined as well. Right, like it's supposed to reconfigure itself. Right, it should always have the ability to swap out the model. So that's weird, right? Like there's actually no slots. So slots that count as 0 or slots are null, no equipment slots in the player equipment for that character. When we're in the test scene, we've already added our player, right? If we make him editable, and we look at his equipment, slots are there, right? The equipment is there. They exist, right? They're already like set up, right? Like hands, the tools, the primary, the secondary. They're in their own scene. Like I have my own scene here just for these. You know, slot configurations, if we could call them that, right? The equipment could kind of be resources. They're only nodes because they need to have node references. You know, like this can be simplified, but still, like there's nothing too complicated about the equipment system, right? You have slots, it uses the slots to reference the particular items that are actually being spawned into the player body. Like we could tackle these scripts, right? Like try to find some more that are kind of defaulting. The player could also be moved later. See, like I become a male and I become reconfigured, no problem. I could even on player, let's do set up model for set gender. Yeah, so let's go to the startup here. Let's say by default, let's do female, right? So gender female by default for the single player. So now they should rebuild themselves, right? And now they're the female character. All the IK should rebuild. It should just work. And if I export this, right, like this should be the female character by default. Because every time the order of these things happen for that player mesh, like it should be like it just temporarily, you know, like loads the new model and swaps out, you know, the animator's position. Like it's really dumb. Like there's nothing super complicated about what I'm doing here for testing gameplay mechanics in single player. But the NPCs just don't work in the build. Right? This logic is just there's no waypoints. And the waypoints come from the station. But they're referenced on the station. Can you export to a different fresh directory? Sure. Like yeah, just export. Test. Fix this. Right, it's so dumb, and so much of this is working. Like the NPC AI is working, like for the ships. The raycast is working. Like we can kind of we can play the game. Like I could even go do the money. Look at this. My selections are not working. Like the shader effect of looking at the player. And the head thing I gotta fix. That's like no big deal. But like I'm missing. No, I don't. You know me. I don't use any plugins. I write everything. I updated my NVIDIA driver for Dune. right? Like I was really hoping this weekend that the Patreon community can right test out this mining gameplay loop and give me an idea of how it feels. It's very basic. Right, like it's just the NPC AI freaking out. Like those errors are coming on true RPC. There's no RPC. This is all single player. It says RTG, yeah. Right, it's just we're just getting a null ref, right? We're getting a null ref. We already know the right. Like, we can go and make the logic tick just check to see if the waypoint says null and guard clause it. But like, why? Like, why is it not finding it? These are the weird things, right? Like the weird thing to me is not that. You know what I mean? Like there's a null ref. It's that there shouldn't. There isn't one. Like it's literally defined. That's what's weird, right? We have an equipment system. It's here. It's in the player. It's all defined perfectly. We have equipment. It's got slots, and it's iterating over slots and saying that they're empty. There's already 1 second before the AI starts. This is the AI's tick itself, which is 5 seconds per. Like the thing is, like that's not the issue. So NPC AI, right? The issue is they're trying to find a waypoint, right? And the waypoints, like they're not station waypoints being null. We're pulling it from the station, but we're not supposed to be. Alright, if the waypoint is null, get close to this waypoint in low position. Try setting an explicit backing field for waypoints. Let me just confirm. Right, like they're all set. They're all even working, you know what I mean? Like in the yeah, so this, right? This is the dependency. We're not getting a station. Alright, so station's null, we're just returning. We should be returning. If these waypoints are null, we should be returning. Somewhere here in get station waypoints were failing. It looked like you were using Godot array and you think the compiler would make a backing field and everything, right? It should. I mean, we should be able to look at that though. Like we can check this, right? And look at the backing field. Where backing field? Where are you? Godot generated code is terrible. For serialization. I use Godot arrays for exports so that they can be in the editor. You know what I mean? They can't be a list in the editor. They're slow for iteration. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like especially the equipment issue. This equipment issue is weird. Right, why would the slots be empty when they're not? Yeah, it's super weird, man. Like, especially given that it all works in the editor and it's never broke. Like, I haven't changed nothing in the player equipment system, you know? Right, things just stopped working when I did build. You know, like, just, you know, it's so weird. Yeah, so like, yeah, it's weird. Like, should I kill the .godot and let it regenerate or something? Like, should we, you know, do the old nuke .godot folder, let it reload, do a new build again? What do you think? I could hunt down some of the we're looking for any export that has a default reference of something. I need a regex. Because I know it's these defaults that we need to remove. Same with stats, like instead of them being empty. I'm gonna get Grok to do something real quick. Create a regex that will find a line with export that also has a equals there. And then we'll do regular expression support. No. By the way, I did some tweaks and testing with the force elevator with 120 ticks. It behaves nicer. That broke my character jumping though. Oh. Yeah, this is just creating a new one each time. And then adding it. I don't think they need to have exports on them. Had to add a block around it for X milliseconds things. Gotcha. Yeah, it's like system manager, these little things, setting these to be default, probably give them errors because they're exports. Yeah, they're gonna be set here anyway. Since physics ran so fast, the jump speed was too low and the player got away from the ground too fast. Aren't you using delta though or something like that? Wouldn't like the increase of the physics tick rate not change the behavior? Gotcha. Worked fine until it did. Yeah, now stats is messed up. It's fine. A lot of changes as far as what you need to think about. Yeah. Anything that doesn't have a default, you know, it could be null or not null, just setting it in the inspector. Get rid of those weird errors. Okay, back to normal. Right, I'm just trying to get rid of anything that, like, you know, the behavior would cause some weird error. Right, we're destroying the ships. Yeah, SMBC ships needs to be on-ready, cleared out. Just set everything up here. And then we'll do another build again, just to test. See if I can remove a lot of the default script errors. So we still have them, but there's still 7 random exports, right? That are like saying, oh no, they can only be set together with a base name. Okay. We're gonna keep it in the Fixius folder for the night. Wow, even my inventory is totally messed up here. Why? Right, like all the stuff that we did for like looting. Right, like even like why doesn't the UI show up for those selectables? Like even this doesn't work. Right, it's still dropping. It's like it's so funny, right? It's like visually working, but not really. Right, like I can drop, yeah, like so much of the stuff working, but not really working in the build. Right, because the slots are not working. Like, what is causing the item slots to not work for the player? It doesn't even make sense. Like, it's literally, right, because the item slots don't exist on the player, the equipment doesn't load in. Right, the equipment doesn't load in, and obviously the UI doesn't get updated with those inventory slots, right? So it doesn't have inventory slots to like spawn in and check, right? It's so weird. And if we go to FPS testing, FPS testing, yeah, this is good. We're still getting those 7 errors. Right, all the equipment works totally fine. Item slots are loading in perfectly fine. Yeah, it's so bizarre. Oh, it's so annoying. What is causing this, man? The thing is, I can't check the remote tree when we're in debug, like when I'm in the build. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. It's like, why don't selectables work in the build? Like they do here, right? Select, like this works totally fine. Showing that you can interact with it. But in this build, right, we'll do FPS testing. All the same errors, right? We can't set up slots because we don't have slots. Right, serialization issue. How? How do we even fix that? I can make them not editable, but like, it doesn't matter. I need to make them editable to define the actual like mounts that go in them. And they look for, like this is fine, it's wild to me, I don't get it. I'll nuke the Godot folder and re-import it and re-export it. But hopefully like that doesn't mess up the my fear is that, like, I guess as long as the UIDs exist, we're fine. I don't want it to mess up any of the asset IDs. Whatever, let's nuke it. Kind of what you kill. Go, like, why is the mono coming back? We have VS Code closed. Okay. Alright, we'll let that re-import everything. We'll do a build. Would I have lens, man? Like, I need to turn off the Okay, we're back. Just gonna do a build. Let's confirm everything works in the editor. Test universe looking good. No errors. That's what we want to see. Want to do another export. Runnable export project. Let's delete these two from the Fixius folder. Okay, they're gone. Do a fresh export. If this fails, I really don't know. Like, I'll create a test scene, nothing in it, and just kind of work my way up or whatever. It probably won't be on stream though. Probably go raid someone. We'll see. It's very weird. It had. I'm seeing, like, look. I'm seeing. Look at this. I'm seeing these weird property errors. Right, failed to get collision shapes. Hang on a second now. I'm gonna post all these errors as these get exported. then we'll see why they're actually doing it. This could very well be it here. Yep, path is invalid for some sub viewports. Station 1 rooms already in the scene. Station 1 rooms already in the scene, presuming from the nested. The less nested node will be renamed. Station 1. Station 1. So I wonder, is that our station issue? I wonder if the station itself being an inherited scene. Alright, so this is what we got. I'm gonna throw these errors on the Discord. Let's see if any of this makes sense. And just so I have a list. And we'll just start trying to figure out what went wrong. I'll put under progress here. Okay, so this is what we have. So mirror display. So these must be paths within. Right, character ragdoll has a bone that vanished. The debug UI apparently was modified, it's vanished. But I think the issue is the station. Like, if we have this weird... Where was that? Right? I don't see the error now for that. It works. Why? It all works fine. Why? Why Godot be like this? Right? It works. It was a pass. Maybe? I just nuked Godot and we did a fresh build. I'm now male. We're definitely in the build. Why? Like, what? Yeah, like gravity system's working fine now too. I'm so confused now. Because there's stuff now working that wasn't even working before. No. Nope. Drive brand new 2 terabyte that we put in a while ago. I know, but like I didn't break it. Like what was wrong with it? Like what was the deal? Like the game was even running way better. I don't even understand. Right? We can now test. I'm gonna try something else. I want to see if the gravity is fixed. If the gravity is magically working now, I'm just gonna flip a table. Because like there was stuff that was, you know, fully working and just decided to not work. Like this shader, right? There's supposed to be a shader right here for the entrance, but whatever, that's fine. I want to see if it correctly sets the gravity. Okay, no, hang on. It does. It does. There's still a bug, but there's a bug that I'm aware of. So we sell the ore. 52 ore. Oh, I hate it. Why? 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 I had to manually fix the scene the other day because for some reason Godot decided the missions is 3D nodes and the scene should have a skeleton reference. It was pointing the wrong way. Yeah. Like, what the why? Why? Like, just... oh, this game hurts me. Oh, I don't have the item port set up. Oh, this is... oh, I didn't realize... oh, cool. Yeah, so I decided the file was corrupt. Anyway, the good news is guys can try out the new mining mechanic. The bad news is I still don't know why this failed. And then what happens to all these sub-viewport issues? Well, they're invalid. And I know what they're from. They're from the 3D panels, right? All the 3D panels have a sub-viewport. That's how they work. Right? Mirror display, these are just the different types of panels that are in the scene. Like when you go and buy and sell things. Oh, it's so dumb. I'm like, cool, we can push that build. I'll just get it right from Fixus's build, so this can go in builds. I'm just going to use the same build. Systems channel, this channel, kill this, put this one here. And then the build.json. I don't think there's anything in this, no. Okay. Chew. I'm just gonna update these manually. Because I want feedback on the mining. Let's go bring this down. Go into my Google Drive. Go to my builds. update the build, replace. I'm gonna use the washroom while it's uploading. Yep. Is this water? It is water. Give me a second. I'm not drinking this. Okay. Build is up. I'm gonna do a dedicated server push. Let's export the dedicated server. Linux server runnable. Sure. Yep. Oh my god, I bet you that was some of the issues with the multiplayer too. Like it wouldn't load in the player. These errors are fine, the ones that I'm getting right now on the Linux export, because they're stripping meshes and whatnot. So we're seeing like GPU particle errors and stuff like that, because there's not going to be any particles. Still weird that they're showing up though. Yeah, I gotta figure what the deal is with that. Okay, let's push that. Okay, and then the new server should be running. Let's give this a go. Okay, well, fine. Let's confirm that that's working. Now, what is up with this? Yeah, this is not even supposed to be on. I turned this off last time. The multiplayer window manager should be fine. And it should be auto connecting us. Okay. Hey, thanks for the follow. Is it Alpha Pan? Your game looks really good. Impressive work. Thanks for streaming. Oh, thanks. Yeah, they're not really loading up the right profile. Yeah, it's a lot of work in progress, Alpha. Yeah, just getting everything working is, you know. Let me change this to... What is that test? Alright, it's 12:30. At least this is all working. I'm just gonna have to clean it up now and get back to what we were gonna do. So next stream we're gonna do the two UIs for the ore. For the ore, whatever we want to call it, the saddlebags for the ore mining ship and then the gas mining ship. So we'll do the tank UI, ore UI, and we'll work on the 3D radar. That'll be pretty much it for the goal for next week. But at least it can be played, which is fantastic. I'm gonna do some more cleanup on multiplayer. I have a feeling multiplayer is gonna be similar. There's probably gonna be some issues with the build on the Linux side, so I'll do some more testing here off stream, and then we'll continue chewing along. But we're gonna end it here on YouTube, and then we'll find someone to raid.